Hi guys. Welcome to my channel. This is my second video. My plan is to read romance for the next week. Like reading romance for 7 days type of thing. I only have this week. Today is Tuesday and next Monday is the last day of September. And all the books I have left on my TBR for this month are romance books. But I've already read a romance book last week. Like, that was the last book that I read. And I don't know if that was a good idea because I feel like I'm already kind of done with romance, even though it was only one book that I read. But I don't know. Maybe it's also just today. I'm not really feeling super motivated today. So maybe it will get better the next few days. I hope so. There's 3 books that I want to get to, but we will see. Anyways, I already started with one of the books, which is Betting on You by Lynn Painter. It's my first Lynn Painter book. I was actually planning on reading Better Than the Movies, but I got this from the library and they only had this book like ready. So yeah. I'm already on page 160. I already started this book yesterday and I have been reading it today as well. It's already like 6 p.m. today, so I don't have that much left of the day. My plan was to get to page 300 of it today, but we'll see. It doesn't look good right now. Anyways, I do like it so far. I don't really have much to say. Like, it's good, but it's nothing special for now. I don't really connect to the characters. They have like a cute chemistry and vibe going on, but like for now it's just like cute, but it's not really anything amazing. But the writing is good. Anyways, this is the first book that we'll be reading, and yeah, we'll just see how far we can get. Hello. It is already Wednesday and it's already like 8:30 p.m. I had a bit of a busy day and I had no time to read until now. I listened to a little bit of the audiobook, I think like 3 chapters or something. I think I still have like 150 pages to read. My goal is to finish this book today, no matter how long it takes. I don't really have any updates how I feel. I feel like it's a bit long, honestly, the book. I don't have specific scenes that I would cut out, but overall it kind of feels very long. Have I made much progress? No, but I'm over 300 pages in, so I feel like that's a bit of an accomplishment. But yeah, I cannot concentrate. I'm getting a bit bored of it, to be honest. In general, like, most of the book was really nice. It felt more like a slow burn, and everything was very cutesy and but now it just feels like a bit dragged out. Like, let's wrap this up and finish. I don't care anymore, to be honest. I don't care about these people and their relationship. Like, just get together, just talk to each other, and be fine. Anyways, what is this book about? I have not said anything. It's about two high school students. I think they're both 17. And the book starts when they meet like 3 years before present time at an airport, and then they have the same flight and they annoy each other the whole time and they hate each other, and then they meet again one more time, and then at the present time they like work together, and then I feel like they become friends quite quickly. Like, I would say most of the book is more friends to lovers, even though in the beginning they hated each other. Something that like connects them is their home life. Like, they both are children of divorced parents, so they both have a bit of a difficult like at home situation, so they can relate to each other really well. And I do think that part is very nice and cute. Especially he helps her with her situation a lot. But yeah, I'm just like, I'm just over it. Like, I just want to finish this book. Also, something that I'm very confused about is the cover and the description of the people or the characters. On the cover, she has red hair, very clearly. And in the book, she is always described having dark hair. Like, I feel like he fits the description, but she doesn't. Like, with the glasses, yes, but the hair? That makes no sense to me. Like, if you put characters on the cover, they should look like the characters in the book. That's something very minor, but it still annoys me a bit. I feel like I'm not very positive about this book. It's not bad in any way, but it's also nothing that I'm happy to be reading. I've read worse. It's just very neutral for me, I guess. But yeah, I still don't know if I should read better than the movie. Like, if you read both books, please tell me if it's worth it, like if it's better than betting on you. I'm not sure. Like, I want to read it to be part of the club, to know what it's about, to know what it's like. But after reading this, I'm also not very motivated to read it anymore. We'll see. Okay. Anyways, let's finish this book. Hopefully. I did manage to finish this book yesterday. I think I stayed up till like 1:45 a.m. or something to finish it, and I was having a hard time because I was really tired at some point, but I just wanted to get it done. Um yes, I'm very happy that it's finished. Um I think my rating for this is like 3.5 stars. I think it was good. It was very cute. The writing I enjoyed, and overall I think it was okay, but it was a bit too long. Like, it is quite a thick book for YA romance, I feel like, and I just think especially in the second half a lot could have been cut out and just shortened. The dialogues actually towards the end, I don't know if it was just because I got like annoyed by this book, but I was sometimes really cringed out by some of the things they said. I do think it fits their age, like both of them are young, and then you say some weird stuff maybe, but it was still not for me. I think that's all I have to say about this book. I do really think there's better romance books out there. I think this was the first YA romance that I read. I don't know if I'll ever read another. So yeah, that's the first book. And then I started the second one already, and I'm reading it on my Kindle. It's Heartless by Elsie Silver. Why can I not say her name? It's the second book in the Chestnut Spring series. I read Flawless, I think, in July. I think so, a few months ago. I did really enjoy it. I think overall I had a really good time reading it. Chestnut Spring series was one of these book series that I saw all the time and everyone was recommending it. Everyone likes it and everyone was obsessed with it. And every time I saw it, I was like, I'm not gonna read it. Like, I'm never gonna read these books. Why would I read about cowboys? Like, nothing was appealing to me. And then I read Wild Love by Elsie Silver, which is more like billionaire romance than cowboy romance, but it's still like small town kind of. Um, it wasn't my favorite book, but I did really enjoy it, like the vibes and everything. And so I was like, let's try Flawless. And I really enjoyed the whole cowboy thing. It's not my favorite, I think, in romance. It was better than I thought. So here we are. I'm gonna read Heartless. I know that's like everyone's favorite. I read the first chapter already of Heartless now, and I love how they met. Like, I think I'm really gonna like Willa. I think it's gonna be fun. I have a bit of an update. I'm on page 80 now, chapter 8, and I'm really liking it so far. Now I've been reading a bit, and it's so good already. Like, oh, I love both of the characters and like already kind of their tension that's going on. It reminds me a bit of Twisted Hate. Not entirely, but like similar direction, like especially Willa reminds me of Jules a bit. I really like her relationship with his son and also theirs, and like that he's already really attracted to her. I'm so excited for them to kind of progress in their relationship and get closer, but it's already so fun to read and their dialogues and everything. It's the next day. I made it over the 200-page mark. I didn't really have too many updates. I still really like it. I feel like the only thing that sometimes throws me off is they kind of have some jumps in the dialogues. Like they talk about one thing and then suddenly someone says something that's completely unrelated to what they were just talking about and refers to something else. But overall, it's fine. Like, I don't know. I just had some moments where I realized, like, how did we get here? But you just kind of roll with it and then it works out. I do think I'm more into it than I was in Flawless. Like Flawless, I was having a good time. I did really enjoy it reading it. I didn't really have many feelings reading Flawless. I was just having a nice time. You know, it was just a good, cute, and a bit spicy book, and then that was it. Like, I don't think I had too many complaints, but also not, I wasn't super invested into it or in it. Um, this one makes me feel all the things. I feel like it kind of got a bit less now, but yesterday evening when I was reading it, I was in love with all of it. Like, I was giggling. I was like, you know, having the feeling in my chest where you're like so excited. So I don't know. It's sometimes weird that books can make you feel this way, but yeah. So I do think I'm very much more into it. I think a reason is that Willa sounds so attractive. I think personally for me, Kate is not really my type physically. I do like his personality and like I get that he's attractive or why he would be attractive, but I feel like the way he's described wouldn't be my type of guy, you know, like the rough, bulky farmer. I don't know. But yeah, I like Kate as a character, but I don't think I'm necessarily attracted to him in a way. But Willa, though, everything, like all the time when she's described, I'm like, oh my god, like the piercings. So yeah, I feel like that's why I really like it. It's so often that you have a good male character, but often then, or not often, but sometimes then the female character is like, I don't know, either a bit annoying or just a bit bland. Even if you like them, they're just kind of there, but you really just crush on the guy, you know? But with this book, it's a nice like change. I want to try to get a lot more read today, and then I'm gonna finish it hopefully like tomorrow morning or something so that I can then start a new book tomorrow as well. I feel like at this point, whenever I say how much I want to read that day, I'm just straight up lying. Like, I did not read, I barely read yesterday. I had to do some uni stuff and then I went out with friends in the evening and I was in bed at like 3:30 a.m. I'm really tired. I think I read like 30 pages overall yesterday. I was not very far. I think I started today. I read a bit. It's already 1 p.m. now, but I already read. So that's good. I think I started at 230 pages and now I'm at 310. So at least I managed to get something done. Now I'm at 69%. But yeah, I was like so convinced that I was getting to 300 or 350 yesterday. That did not happen. I do want to finish this book today so that I hopefully can start the next book still today. But I have no idea. Like, I'm not going to get my hopes up, you know? And yeah, it's going really good still. Um, I got to all the spicy scenes. Well, I think there will be more, but I got to like the first big ones. They were actually really good. Like, I wasn't sure at some point. I don't know, I feel like the whole excitement that I had in the beginning at some point died down a little bit because it was just like the same thing the whole time. They had super high tension, but they just never did anything about it. I feel like at some point I got a bit tired of it, but now they did something about it. And it was really good. I don't have too much to say. I don't think I ever actually said what this book is about. The whole Chestnut Spring series is like a cowboy romance series. I think I already said something about that. And overall, like the main or part of the main characters are like three brothers. And the first book, Flawless, was about one of the brothers, and now Heartless is about the oldest brother, who lives like on the ranch, and he has a little son, but the mother of that kid has like vanished, kind of. She's not really in their lives anymore. And the female main character of this book is the best friend of Summer, who was the love interest in Flawless. And so the names of these characters in the book are Kate and Willa. And Kate is looking for a nanny for his son for the summer because he doesn't have too much time because he needs to do the work. And then Summer recommends Willa. So Willa starts to become the nanny, and then it just kind of goes from there. But they like immediately are kind of attracted to each other. Also there's like an age gap. Like she's 25, I think, and he's 38. So yeah. And she like only wants to stay there during the summer and then go back to the city because she usually is a bartender at her brother's bar. And so like the issue is that they don't have a lot of time. I feel like the main aspect of the series is the found family. Like it's so nice. The family is only men. It's like the dad and his three sons, and then one other guy who they kind of adopted into the family. And now, like, there's more women coming into their lives, I guess. And, but it's really nice to see because the women usually have some family struggles and then they come into this newfound family or they kind of get adopted into this family. And it's like really nice to see. I finished Heartless. I did really like it overall. I think I already said a bit about it. I think at the end of the day, I didn't love the ending. Like, well, the actual ending I really enjoyed, but like the in between, the last like couple of pages, I wasn't super into. I don't know. I don't think it's my favorite type of scenario. I think it was done well, but I just don't love it. Apart from that, I really enjoyed both characters, the relationship as well. Even though I think after reading everything, I think their physical tension was a lot higher than their emotional one, like, or the emotional connection. I mean, especially in the beginning, but that was fine because they also didn't know anything about each other. And I think they had an emotional connection just kind of based on who they were, but they didn't really have too many like emotional moments. I know that Kate is also not the person for that, but like, I don't know. They didn't have many deep conversations, where you could really see that they are getting closer. They were just kind of getting close really fast and kind of just based on who they were as people. I think maybe I would give it like 4.5. I do think it was better than Flawless. I connected to the characters a bit more and was more invested overall. Um, but it wasn't a 5 star for me. but it was really good. It was very fun. That was the second romance book. And now the last one, also the last book of this month, which is kind of exciting. We've come so far. Is Ellie Hazelwood, Not in Love. I'm scared of this book actually. Not because of other people's reviews. I've heard like negative things about it, but the things that people criticize made me want to read this book. This is supposed to be spicier than her usual books, which intrigued me. But I only read one Ellie Hazelwood book before, and there was The Love Hypothesis, which is her like most famous book, I would say. I've seen it everywhere. Also, at the time that I read it, I saw it everywhere on TikTok, so that was why I read it. I think it was the first actual romance book that I read when I like got back into reading, and I hated it. I absolutely hated it, and I know that that's a very unpopular opinion. Like everyone I see on YouTube now or in wherever, they love Ellie Hazelwood and they love The Love Hypothesis. Like it's everyone's favorite book, I feel like. I was dreading reading it. Like I had such a hard time getting through it and finishing the book. I was not having a good time at all. I can't tell you anymore what it was specifically. Like I remember parts of the plot, but I don't really remember what I disliked so much about it. So since then, I've always been like, I'm not gonna read Ellie Hazelwood. Like she's just not for me, even though she is so popular. Like, you know, that's okay. Like maybe I'll just don't get along with her books until now. And I don't even know why I bought this as an actual book. If I don't even know if I'm gonna like it, but like the cover, I usually really hate people on covers, but this is doing something. In my mind, I was thinking that this could be the book that I might enjoy by her, you know, because everyone who usually enjoys her books didn't enjoy this one as much. So I was like, maybe that's a sign for me to read it, because I usually don't enjoy her books. Well, actually, I only read one, but you know, so maybe I will really enjoy this one. Anyways, let's see how this goes. Honestly, don't really know what to say. I have not really any opinions about this book. Like, it's okay. I don't dislike it. The overall plot is that he's working for a company who wants to take over the company that she is working for. And they go on a date just to hook up. And the next day they meet at her company. It's kind of like a forbidden romance, but it's not really a romance from the start. But she feels like really guilty doing something with him because he wants to take over the company of her friend. And he is like, honestly, he's in love right after that first date. I don't know, they have like this really strong connection from the start, mainly physically, but it's also kind of emotionally connected. Like she feels very comfortable with him, where she doesn't really have to pretend, like she can just be herself. I don't know, like their connection is really nice, you know, like, oh my god, you found the love of your life, like congrats. But I don't really care that much about the characters. He is really good, like I do like him in a way, the way he talks and everything, but she's not really giving me much. And yeah, I'm just not really feeling it right now. But it's not bad. But I just don't really care. It's been a while since I updated you. It's already Friday now, but I did finish this book on Tuesday, so I kind of made it on time. Like, it's been around a week reading romance, a little bit longer, but it's fine. So, yes, I ended up giving this book 3.5 stars. I was a bit conflicted about it. Like, I don't think it was bad, or especially the idea of the plot, I think is was really good. Like it was quite different from your usual cute romance book, especially because the female character didn't want a relationship at all. Like she was not into the whole romance thing, but he fell for her quite quickly, I feel like, and he kind of helped her see that maybe a relationship is possible for her, or that it's something that she might want. But I did feel like they were good together. Like I didn't really care for either of them, but it did seem like they were meant to be with each other, kind of. I do think the main chemistry between them was sexually in a way, like especially in the beginning. They would, even if they started talking, they would end that like getting to know each other and just go back to doing it. But I do think it worked with the characters, like it fit them, especially her, to like kind of go back to the physical aspect when it gets too deep, or instead of actually getting to know him, you know? So it did feel very physical overall. So if that's not something for you, then maybe you won't enjoy it. But I do feel like they developed an emotional bond, but as a reader, you didn't really see that. Like they kind of developed it without really talking about it. So you didn't really see much of it, but you could feel it, but like you didn't experience it that much. So I think that's why I wasn't really invested in them. Yeah, overall, I feel like it was quite realistic. As I said, it didn't feel like a rom com, but more like two people actually kind of getting together. Um, but maybe that aspect of actually it being a book and the reader having to kind of be invested in this as well and not just the characters might be a reason that I wasn't really enjoying it. I don't think I'm gonna read another Ali Hazelwood book. I did enjoy this more than The Love Hypotheses, but still not enough that I think I'm gonna give another one of her books a try. Looking at the books I read in this video, I would say it was not the greatest choice of books. Like, I definitely had better romance experiences. but it was also not the worst. I think it was still fun. Like, I do think the 3 books that I read were quite different romances from what I would usually read. Like, I've never read an YA romance. I have gotten more into the cowboy romance, but still like somewhat new to me. And then the whole science romance, I also usually don't read. So it was good. Like, I got to know more types of romance and maybe now know which ones I like and which ones I don't. So I think this was fun. I am thinking about filming another one of these videos, but with dog romance this month. So yeah, we'll see. I'm excited for that. And yeah, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. And yeah, see you in my next video. Bye.